Growing your hair is not the hard part. Keeping the hair that you've grown, that's the hard part. Discovering this is what led me to enter my length retention era. And in this video, I'm going to show you how you can enter your length retention era too. If you don't know me, my name is Angelica, aka Angie B, and I post videos all about growing long, healthy hair every single week. So if that seems interesting, consider subscribing. The subscription button is right down there, as well as the bell. Make sure you hit the bell so you get notifications every single time I post. Now let's talk about how you can enter your length retention era. So for the longest time, I really felt like my hair was not growing. Even though logically I knew it was growing, it was just staying at the same length for so long, and I was trying all these different treatments and DIYs and oils and scalp serums, and it felt like nothing was working. And it wasn't until I actually just sort of let go of everything, I stopped thinking about like, okay, how long is my hair gonna grow? Is my hair gonna grow an inch this month? Is it gonna grow this much? Am I gonna measure my hair? How long was it 3 months ago versus how long was it now? And I just fully focused on not only the health, but just leaving my hair alone. And this year I have been full blown into my length retention era. And I'm not in a styling, experimenting phase. And so if you're in that phase, this might be a little bit difficult for you to stick to. But for me, I'm like, if I want a hairstyle, I will style a wig. When it comes to my hair, I'm leaving it alone. So I'm not just sharing my personal experience. I'm giving you actual tips using science for how you can enter your length retention era. You have to start by creating a big mind shift. If you think the exact same way you were thinking before, this is going to be very difficult for you and you probably won't get the results that you want. First, you need to come to terms with the fact that regardless of how slow you think your hair may be growing, it is always growing. And if your hair is natural, untreated, unbleached, uncolored, you won't be able to see the demarcation. But if you've ever had color treated hair or relaxed hair and it was not all the way down to your ankles, then you know what I'm talking about. You would have new growth. You could see a band of new color versus the bleached hair. Yet your hair is the exact same length. Does that mean your hair didn't grow? Does it mean the dye just faded? No, your hair grew and then it broke off at basically the same rate it was growing at. So you have to come to terms and accept the fact that regardless of the length of your hair is always growing, okay? Once you can accept that, you can move on to the rest of the things, which is that you most likely have a length retention issue, not a hair growth issue. Even if your hair is growing stunted, so it's growing slower than it should, it's still growing. Hair growth happens at the scalp, but length retention happens at the ends. You can retain length from your scalp. You're just helping your hair grow out healthier, be healthy from the start coming out, but what you're doing on your scalp is not preventing the ends from breaking off, okay? Your scalp management and your ends management needs to be completely different if you want to enter your length retention era. So let's talk about what's stopping you from entering your length retention era. The first thing is breakage. High levels of breakage are the number one reason why your hair is not growing. It's because it's breaking faster or at the same rate that it's growing. The second thing that's affecting your length retention is dry ends. The drier your ends are, the more prone they are to breakage. And the more your hair breaks, the more split ends you have. And the more splits you have, they continue going up. And the only way to get rid of them is to cut them. You're going to have to cut off that length yourself. So breakage, dry hair, split ends caused by dry hair, and then over manipulation. And this one is so annoying because you're doing it to yourself. You're either combing it too much, you're trying to put it in too many different styles, you're using products that are really pulling at your hair, whether it's tied ponytails, whether you're using braids. This also counts dipping your hair in hot water. I know a lot of people don't think about this because this is what you have to do to change the texture of your braiding hair, especially if you're using Kanekalon fiber or any hair that you just want to look like super flowy. When you dip your hair in that boiling hot water, you may not be realizing that you are also boiling your actual hair. So you're going to damage it. That all counts as over manipulation. And then we have the misuse of heat. I actually have a whole video on how I'm using heat to grow my hair and it's making a massive difference. Since I started blow drying my hair and stretching my hair and wearing it in that way, I've retained so much more length. However, I use it the appropriate amount of times. I always use a heat protectant and I use it at the right heat and temperature and in the right technique for my specific hair type. If you're using it 3 to 4 times a week, that might be part of the problem. And with heat breakage, I've experienced this a lot, especially when I was relaxed. I had relaxed hair. I got my first flat iron and I was obsessed. I was like, my hair looks just like the people on the relaxer box. It looks like the people on TV. I would flat iron my hair like almost every single morning when I was in high school, or every 2 days or so, I would flat iron my hair. And then it's like I woke up one day and I was like, where's my hair gone? How come my hair is short? I haven't seen my hair breaking. I'm not finding hairs anywhere. It's because every single time you're doing it, you're just breaking it slowly, slowly, slowly. And then one day you wake up and your hair is gone. And then one of the most important things is lack of consistency. And this is something that I struggled with a lot because I'm always doing a lot of things at the same time. And I keep finding that I'll be consistent for like 2 weeks and I'm putting in all my effort. And then 2 months down the line, I'm doing absolutely nothing. And I'm doing it in a damaging way, not in a way that's like, oh, I'm just leaving my hair alone. It would be like deep condition 1 week, deep condition the next week, and then be like, I'm too tired to deep condition my hair. I don't even want to put a conditioner, so I'm just going to use a leave-in, and then I don't want to do this. So consistency should be both consistency with products and consistency with technique, and find the easiest, most consistent thing you can do. And then whenever you want to be fancy and add more steps, you can build upon that. So have a very, very simple base routine that you can embellish whenever you want to or have the time to. So now let's get into what your priorities will be when it comes to length retention, of things you can actually do, not necessarily things you can prevent. The first priority you should have when it comes to length retention is your ends. The ends are the oldest and driest part of your hair, and you want to baby your ends. You want to treat them with care. You want to treat them like they are the most important part of the hair, because when it comes to length retention, it honestly is the most important part of your hair. Those ends are going to continue growing down and down and down and down and down. And you're forgetting that the hair growing in the middle is the hair that's on the scalp. So like, you're protecting all your hair, but the ends will always stay the ends. They continue going down and down and down. And they will continue to be older and drier as they age, as your hair grows. So you truly have to prioritize that hair. Now, how do you prioritize it? First, you want to create a moisture and seal routine. You want to get whatever product you want from your ends for your ends, and then you want to get an oil or oily serum to seal that in, because oils don't moisturize. They only moisturize temporarily, and moisturizers don't always stay in your hair because they evaporate. So you want them to work together. And so I would say for a drugstore routine, I would suggest the Midnight Oil Serum from L'Oreal, paired with the Mise en Scène oil or the OGX Argan oil. And then for a more high-end or professional product routine, which is my personal favorite, I would use the Kerastase 8-Hour Night Serum with the Kerastase Elixir Ultime. You literally need 1 drop for each side of your hair and 1 drop of the oil for all your ends. So it's expensive, but it lasts ages, and just find what works for you. You don't have to use what I'm using on my ends. That's just what I prefer. Find your favorite products and just keep that routine. I try to do it every single night, but I try to keep my minimum to at least 3 times a week. And it makes a massive difference because I get so little breakage. My ends are always hydrated and they are always soft, and I get so little split ends when I do this. Next, low manipulation. The less you touch your hair, the better. And something that's highly underrated these days is hair touching your clothes. I always have my hair clipped up or folded away so it's not rubbing against anything. And I only touch my ends in the night, which is the one time. And I'm not combing, I'm not detangling. I'm literally pushing the product into the hair, squeezing the product into the hair, and that's it. I have a full-blown routine, and it literally takes me 1 minute and I'm done for the night. So low manipulation, even with the styles you keep. So for me, I treat all my hair in a low manipulation way. I will blow dry my hair to keep it stretched and prevent tangles. And then I'll keep my hair in mini twists or mini braids for about 3 to 6 weeks. And so in that entire time, I only wash and deep condition once a week in the twists or braids. And then I moisturize and seal my ends every night, or at least 3 times a week. And that's working amazing for me. Now, speaking of heat, using heat strategically is what works. Like I said, I use heat once every 3 to 6 weeks. So usually it's more like 4 to 6 weeks, to be honest, for the heat. And so in an entire year, I'm only using heat 10 to 12 times. So if you're using heat every single week, you may not have to deal with the detangling and other things, but you probably will start eventually dealing with heat damage and then breakage caused by over manipulation. So you just want to find a nice, good balance for something that works for you. So you're using heat to grow your hair, but it's not causing heat damage and other problems instead. The next thing I do to keep my hair in its length retention era is to always protect it at night. So I do my evening routine of moisturizing and sealing every single night, usually not that long before I go to bed. So those products actually sit in my hair overnight and do what they're supposed to do in a nice, great environment, because usually as soon as I'm done with my hair, I will put my bonnet on. It is a satin bonnet, and then I'm going to sleep on my satin pillowcase. So my moisture is not getting absorbed from my hair. My hair is not getting caught in my pillows or getting roughed up by anything else on my bed. My hair is just completely moisturized and protected. And when I wake up, my hair is soft, it is moisturized, and I can move on with my day. Now, this tip is where a lot of people fall off, and I mentioned it briefly before, but this is consistency. You want to be consistent in your routine, in your products, every single day in whatever way you can, in the most effective way but minimal way. Like these days, my routine is so ingrained in my brain that I don't think about it. I don't think, oh, I have to go and do my hair. It's basically like brushing my teeth or doing my skincare routine. The stuff is just already on the table. I just sit down, I get it done mindlessly. I can do whatever I'm doing and just do it mindlessly. I can do it while I'm watching TV. It literally takes a couple minutes a day and I'm done. I'm not constantly trying new hairstyles and all these different things, and it is truly working, and I'm finally seeing length to the point that it's not just me seeing it. Almost everyone who hasn't seen me in a while is pointing out that my hair is so much longer now, and that makes me so happy because I know that everything I'm doing is working. So that's exactly how you are going to enter your length retention era for the rest of the year this year. Let me know, are you already in your length retention era or are you trying to get into it? What has been your biggest setback? Let me know in the comment section below. Hit my face right there to subscribe if you didn't in the beginning. Watch this video for something special just for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!